Good evening, South Mississippi. Meteorologist Taylor Graham here with a forecast update. And if you're on the coast, you may be seeing some flashes of light in the sky. Chances are you're seeing a little lightning in the distance. And farther inland, we have been watching a few showers and storms moving in this evening. Now, good news is we're not tracking anything severe here in South Mississippi. We have been watching some showers and storms to our north and west tonight, and they have been able to move a little bit farther to the south. But thankfully, they have weakened as they've done so. So again, severe weather is not much of a concern. We'll go ahead and take a look at our first alert radar. We can see some of those lingering showers and thunderstorms mainly across Stone County, also into Lucedale. Probably hearing some heavy rainfall at times, but generally speaking, these showers and thunderstorms are weakening as they make their way farther to the south. Now that we're well past the sunset, the atmosphere is losing that energy. We're losing that daytime heating. So these thunderstorms not sustaining themselves too much. Although I will say within the next 10 minutes or so sure, you're probably going to be seeing some rainfall, wetting the roads. Up into Bendale, looks like some of that rainfall is also beginning to approach you as well. I'm not seeing nearly as much lightning as what we had just about 30 minutes to an hour ago, but still could hear some rumbles of thunder, a few flashes of lightning. I may be able to be seen over the next hour or so. But generally speaking, these showers and thunderstorms continue to weaken as they move farther to the south. We'll see if they're able to hold together as they get closer to I-10 and the coast, but that may be a bit of a stretch. The latest run of this particular model shows most of the rain weakening, and then as we get past midnight tonight, a lot of the rain is going to be completely out of the way. We should be waking up to calm conditions tomorrow morning. It is going to be warm and it is going to be humid, but no showers and thunderstorms, it looks like, to kick off our Sunday morning. So as we get past midnight, rain chances are going to diminish on the coast. We're going to be waking up tomorrow morning more so in the mid-70s, south of I-10, north of I-10. Could see some of those low 70s, maybe with a little bit of that rain cool air sticking around. Some forecast models are hinting at the upper 60s. I think that might be a bit of a stretch. I think most of us tomorrow morning will be starting off in the 70s. And this is a big weekend for people to spend some time outside. It is going to stay very warm, or I would even say hot, and also pretty humid. Right now in Gulfport, we're at 82 with a dew point of 75, so the heat index just shy of 90 right now. It kind of feels more like a summer night, if you ask me, and not too much of a wind at this time, so the air is fairly stagnant. Now, those of us that are going to be seeing a little rain this evening will be able to cool down a bit more. We're at 76 in Wiggins, 76 in Lucedale. But for those of us closer to the coast, we're still seeing the upper 70s and even the low 80s at this time. So your Memorial Day weekend forecast, very summer-like, especially tomorrow. Temperatures in the upper 80s on the coast. Low 90s are going to be possible farther inland. The high humidity is going to make it feel even warmer. Could see some spotty showers and thunderstorms similar to what we had at times earlier today. Most of the day is looking dry and many of us are not going to see any rain. Memorial Day itself looks very similar. It's going to be very warm, humid, temperatures in the mid to upper 80s on the coast. I wouldn't rule out a few low 90s a little farther inland. And on Memorial Day, also could see a few hit or miss showers and storms, but similar to what we expect tomorrow. Not a total washout throughout the day. Not everybody is going to see rain, but everybody is going to be feeling the heat and humidity over the next several days. Heat index tomorrow and on Monday, Memorial Day, likely going to be back into the mid to upper 90s. We've had several days of this, but just a heads up, we may not be quite as acclimated to it at this point in the year. I know things are obviously going to get worse during the summer months. If you've lived around here for a while, you know that the summers can be brutal. So in the scheme of things, it's not nearly as hot as what it could be. But if you're going to be in the direct sunlight tomorrow and even on Monday, just make sure you stay hydrated, listen to your body, take some breaks in the AC. Fatigue, heat illnesses are possible if you push it too hard tomorrow, although as we know, it could be worse. But we just want everyone to stay safe this Memorial Day weekend. Looking at the bigger picture, this is satellite and radar. Notice that those showers and thunderstorms a little bit closer to home are moving from the north and west to the south and east. Also notice those showers and thunderstorms way out there into Texas. They're more so moving from the south and west to the north and east. What's happening in the upper levels is that we do see a ridge pattern over parts of Texas. Seems like we've got a ridge of high pressure close to South Texas. The jet stream is moving up and over that ridge, and these disturbances or these storms are usually following those upper level winds. So the storm motion for us, where we're positioned, is from the north and west to the south and east. And this is interesting. I'm going to show you the Storm Prediction Center severe weather outlooks over the next few days. Notice how it kind of follows that ridge of high pressure. Now for tomorrow, our rain chances are looking pretty slim. If we are to see strong thunderstorms across the country tomorrow, they're likely going to be to our north, also to our north and west, generally speaking, riding around that ridge of high pressure. Same could be said on Monday, somewhat of a similar setup where it looks like most of the rain may remain just to our north, right around that ridge. Again, a few spotty pop-up showers and storms, not out of the question on Memorial Day, but the greater risk of severe weather likely going to stay to our north. So I think that's interesting. You can see there in the Storm Prediction Center outlook how those thunderstorms are expected to move up and around that ridge of high pressure. Now, by the middle of the week for us, we are looking at a higher chance of rain. Here's another closer view of those showers and thunderstorms moving in this evening. It looks like we do see a decent storm approaching northern Harrison County that's moving out of Stone County, but the overall pattern over the next few hours shows these showers and thunderstorms continuing to weaken, and thankfully we are not dealing with any severe weather across here. So this is the latest run of our in-house model of Futurecast. Didn't quite initialize very well with these showers and storms, but generally they do show them weakening again over the next few hours. Warm and muggy tomorrow morning. We're going to start off in the mid to upper 70s along the coast. Could see a few inland areas a little cooler. Definitely going to be toasty tomorrow and also humid. Temperatures tomorrow anywhere from the mid to upper 80s to the low 90s a little farther inland. And somewhat similar to today, we may see some of those very summer-like pop-up showers and storms. Not everybody is going to see rain tomorrow, and in fact, most of the day tomorrow is looking pretty much rain-free, but I know a lot of people have outdoor plans. Just something to keep in the back of your head this holiday weekend. Monday, Memorial Day, looks fairly similar. We'll start off in the 70s. In the afternoon, we are likely going to be at least in the mid to upper 80s, maybe a few low 90s once again a little farther inland. Generally, it looks like some of those showers and storms, especially the stronger ones, may remain just to our north. We'll keep an eye on things. Can't completely rule out a few more spotty showers and storms, but trends are showing that most of those may remain just to our north. A bit of a different story by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're going to be watching more clusters of showers and storms trying to push through the southeast. As that ridge of high pressure starts to back down a little bit, we will have a slightly better chance of seeing some rainfall by the middle of the week. We may have to bump up those rain chances a little bit more the closer we get to the middle of the week as well. There is going to be no shortage of humidity over the next several days. I'm not really anticipating much relief from the high humidity, at least heading through Memorial Day and this upcoming week. That being said, there are some signs that show that possibly by the beginning of June, believe it or not, maybe, and this is a big maybe, we could see a dip in the humidity. I'm always skeptical of that when I see that in forecast models, especially once we get into June, because those are very hard to come by, but some guidance models are hinting at that, so I wouldn't get your hopes up too high, but there are some signals of that. At least through Monday, Memorial Day, and this upcoming week, I'm anticipating dew points at least in the low to mid 70s. So it's going to be feeling very summer-like. So to wrap it up, a very summer-like forecast up ahead. If we are to see more rain by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, we may not be quite as warm in the afternoons. It's still going to be very muggy though, and with all that high humidity, we're still not going to be able to cool down very much at night. Now those of us that get some of that rain-cooled air will briefly cool down at times, but we are generally anticipating high temperatures well into the 80s on the coast. Some low 90s are going to be possible a little farther inland. Not one particular day looks to be completely rain-free. Again, tomorrow, Memorial Day itself, rain chances look a little bit lower compared to Tuesday and Wednesday. But just a heads up, if you have outdoor plans Sunday and Monday for Memorial Day, a little rain, not completely out of the question. So we are coming up on our 10 o'clock newscast. That will be happening in about 30 minutes. Hopefully you can join us there. I'll have another update on what we're watching on our First Alert Radar this evening, tracking a few more of those showers and thunderstorms. Hopefully you can join us there, and I hope to see you soon.